Envoy. It's clear that no matter what happened, these people couldn't stay in Fior. You did the right thing. I think they're better off in Paradise than struggling out there in Shatterscarp. Maybe they can't do animancy there, but they'll have walls, guards, a market, and all the Nimbus apples they can eat. It's taking away their tools and toys and replacing them with survival that's all but guaranteed. They might not see it that way, but it's for the best. Right, changing the subject. Right. I'm sure you'll find it absolutely gripping. Go ahead. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Giada's a mystery to me. Animancers give me the freakus, and for good reason. Most of them would just as soon turn your soul into jewelry as look at you. Giada seems different. She's smart, thoughtful, and she's got a spine, too. You can tell when someone needs extra help out here, and she doesn't. So, yeah, I don't understand her, but I guess I don't have to, really. Oh, good. Let's have it. When I was a child in Solace, a warden named Alinka taught me the basics. What berries to eat, how to build a shelter, and so on. Later, I started going out on patrols, just to get experience in the wilds. By the time I was 15, I was going out on my own. No, she died on patrol in the Ash Forest several years back. By then, we already hadn't been speaking for years. We had a falling out over me sneaking out of the keep a few times when I was 17. Well, the few times she knew about. Turns out I was just good at surviving on my own. So I kept doing it, and I kept getting better at it. Right, changing the subject. What is there to know? Isolated keep full of Pargrunan wardens who patrol Galawain's tusks and argue about history. I left there 2 years ago and haven't thought much about it since. I doubt you'll ever have to go there anyway. Oh, is that what you get from this? Well done, Inspector. You got your man. So why pry? Wouldn't you rather your wilderness guide be happy and unburdened by thoughts of his past? I think there was a period of 3 days when I was in training, but I might have dreamt it. I remember sleeping a lot. I appreciate that, Envoy. Anyway, what do you need? If I must.
We should talk. Fior Mesiverno was the pride of 2 generations. And now, nothing but ashes and embers. My home, my lab, my parents. It feels as if I'd lost them all over again. The steel garrote are just a symptom. I keep asking myself, how could I have missed this? How could I not have known an attack was coming? We were all so occupied with the Dream Scourge, we missed the enemy on our doorstep. No matter where Animancers go, someone is always trying to kill us. Nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of knowledge. I can't blame you for growing up with a head full of Adiran propaganda. But it's time to form your own opinions. Listen to me. A failed Animancer lashing out at everything in reach. Even with all the tools at my disposal. I couldn't stop the Dream Scourge. And I couldn't save my people. How do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? Don't take this the wrong way. You weren't raised by animancers. Their ambition destroyed our family. Now it falls to me to find meaning in my parents' sacrifice. And I don't know if I can. I have some pondering to do. Let me know if there's anything else. Sending my people to Paradise is a bold move. Bold, but more importantly, unpredictable. For now, the Steel Garrote will keep a watchful eye on my people, but we will do the same to them, from inside the lion's den. Meanwhile, the Adherents will enjoy their false sense of security, for however long it lasts. Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us, and yet you were here when others would have looked away. Despite everything that happened, it means a lot. In that case, let's go out there and make a good first impression. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Until next time. I can't believe it. My city. It's all gone.
I'm so sorry. I've left a few homes over the years, but I've never lost one like that.
3 times I've left my home. First as an orphan, then as an outcast. Now, as a refugee.
Envoy? Gods, I can't believe what's happening around here. Fior has been destroyed. Just like that. Leaving home behind is one thing. Losing it forever is another. I couldn't imagine. Giada has taken some hits lately, and she's still here. I guess there's something to take away from that. Right, changing the subject. Until next time.
Come closer, Envoy. I'd like a word.
No.
A moment of your time, if you please. From one adherent to another. I go where the Inquisitor commands, just as you go where the Emperor commands. So, did you enjoy our little bonfire? Inquisitor Ludwig was pleased with our efficiency. We'll see about that. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been informed, and I regret the oversight. All we've done is speed things along to their inevitable conclusion. One way or another, Fuel Messi Verno was always going to burn. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. They never had a chance. Fjord Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Ludwig's the one you need to convince. I'm just the messenger. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes. And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, Envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you. Either way, Emerald Stair is just the beginning. Perceptive. Maybe Ludwig was right about you. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
You might be evil, but you're well informed.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way. I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last. Ludwig told me to open a path for you by any means necessary, and that's exactly what I did. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerty. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances. No need. She has both of hers on you. Be seeing you, Envoy. Sooner or later.
I'm sleeping with one eye open tonight.
Nice lady. Hate her, don't trust her. Want to kill her, but nice lady.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers. And now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention, why the Steel Garrote burned my fucking home to the ground. Who cares what she believes? What right have the dead to judge the living? I will not forget Fjord Messiverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have been. And I will never forgive. Never.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Death Guard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and People who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back, changed. That's what I'm afraid of.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This dream scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Town full of survivors? Anyone who decides to stake out a life in Shatterscarp isn't someone you want to mess with. Good enough people, though. And generally less likely to rob you or bore you to sleep than other places we've been.
Everything we learned in Nakutadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the dream scourge. Yatsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yatsley can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes. We cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Nakutadek. But I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then? Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise.
Anything. Right. Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Not a bit. For all I know, it's long gone anyway.
Better to keep moving forward, Kai. What's lost is lost.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fiorme Siverno. I just wanted you to know. You aren't responsible for the sins of the Steel Garrote. I'll get the bastards who did this. One way or another, I'll make them pay.
Sleep well. We've got...
We smell death here.
Listen to me. Look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just dizzy.
That last fight gouged a hole through our ranks. How many did you lose?
Too many. Not even counting the ones we had to put down because they turned into dream thralls.
I had to put down 3 good men myself. Telling their family. That was worse.
Don't talk to me like you're the only one who understands hardship. I'm going to be facing down a mutiny soon.
You think we want to be here? Think again.
So leave. I can't wait to see the last of you and your people.
And go where? Nothing but death waiting out there. Better we die with honor.
Another Adiran, Kutabao.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
It was a bloodbath. Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too, protecting your people.
Yes, how heroic. Protecting Kith from Adiran dream thralls.
No, but most are. Our troops haven't been spared, and more are falling ill.
In all their military might, your Adiran comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice. And now we're all paying for their idiocy. Thirdborners and Adirans alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Thralls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, it's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise where it's safe.
I doubt you're particularly needed in Thirdborn, of all places.
I'm sorry, Envoy. I don't recognize the name.
Of course, that strange Orland scholar. She came through not too long ago. Should be in town by now. Before you go, Envoy, Kith aren't too keen on Adirans at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Good luck, Envoy. Gods protect you.
I have the energy to argue, but not to solve problems. Reminds me of home.
Envoy, I have something to ask of you. A good man is dead out there in the sands. The Dream Thralls ambushed us, and Helshin, he held them off so we could escape. There was a sword he had that was precious to him, and he would have wanted that sword to continue the fight for Adir. It's of good quality. Might be of use to you. I don't know much about the soul, but I take some comfort in what you say. Thank you. You should find his mortal remains out on the ancient lake bed at the bottom of the rounded cliff. Be well, Envoy.
have enough supplies, but not enough kit.
This isn't a place to just stand around. This isn't a place to just stand around.
At least the shack stopped smouldering. Why any of our people settle here by their own will, I don't know.
Fools.
Well, we warned them not to settle in the goddamn desert. Sure, the captain says a broken lantern killed them, that it was just an accident, but... if they hadn't been there... you know...
Maybe they'd still be alive. Maybe they'd have gotten themselves killed elsewhere. We'll never know.
Desert's a dangerous place. Watch yourself.
Gods, the stench! There's no going home after this. Not really.
I'll never leave out here again.
Don't know how many of our own were lost. Upwards of 20 at least. We'll be counting the dream thralls for a while yet. Must be at least 30 or more we killed.
You need something?
It's quiet again. I wonder how long it'll last.
Thirdborners have been on edge ever since the mines got shut down.
This place was bad enough before the Dream Scourge. Now it's downright hazardous. This used to be a fertile land, with lakes, forests, all of that. Then everything suddenly changed several hundred years ago. Now it's blasted deserts and dried up seas. Anything that lives here is simply stubborn enough not to die.
That's the most apt description of Thirdborn I've ever heard.
I've taken people to and from Thirdborn, and they've all survived. Mostly because they were only going to and from Thirdborn. I have a feeling our quest is going to take us well outside that well-traveled path. What do you need? Right. What do you need? There's basically no reason to come here unless you have business in Thirdborn. Doesn't stop people from coming here, though. Most people I bring here are just looking to say they survived it, as if the lands weren't deadly enough everywhere else. We go to Thirdborn first to get supplies and rest up for the trip. Most people decide to turn back after a night in town. They complain that it's hot, but that's the easiest part. They never realize the rest of the weird Sokka that's out there. Let's see. Shatterscarp doesn't want to kill you, really, but it isn't interested in helping you survive either. The key here is water and shade. Cover your skin, or it'll be dried out in no time and you'll be as red as a Balrog's throat. You might be worried about saving water, but what you want to do is try not to sweat. Stay in shade as much as you can. And don't drink the water from the plants out here. They're all full of parasites and poisons. Getting sick out here is the worst. If you're asking about the ruins and shrines and all that, you're asking the wrong person. Best we avoid those out here. This place is deadly enough without the ghosts and monsters and weird magical walls you find in those places. Trust me. Sometimes I bring someone with more bravery than smarts out here, and they always turn around at the first empty room that tells them to go away. I don't blame them. If you're looking to survive, don't try to get yourself killed. That's the first rule. Right, changing the subject. Fine. You've been patient enough, I suppose. Right. Solace isn't an easy place to live. The food is stale and meager. The water tastes like steel and old meat. Everyone knows everyone else. No privacy, no silence, no time to yourself. You understand. Good. Solace is a walled keep in the harshest region of the lands. Isolated is an understatement. Honestly, all of that was fine. But there was a peculiar kind of silence I didn't love. Huh, you should be a sharpshooter. You keep hitting the target. I have only the faintest memories of my parents, which was fine. I had friends and mentors and trainers and elders. When I asked about my real parents, though, they just told me I was safe now, and that the Wardens were my family. I never knew if my parents were alive or dead. I like to assume that they had died fighting some giant monster in the Tusks, but no one would say. When I asked for more, they changed the subject, like I wasn't worthy of a backstory. I don't remember them enough to miss them. It felt weird not having them, but there was just nothing there. I'm from Solace, for whatever that's worth. My oldest memories are of Solace. My oldest friend is from there. Right. You asked. Not before I've done some reading.
I don't leave Emerald Stair often enough. With everything going on, there's been no time to explore. My city had to burn down before I could take a vacation. Sorry. I'm in a mood, if you couldn't tell. I'll be sure to wave a little red flag next time, so you know to avoid me. I used to think I had it all figured out. But the Living Lands proved me wrong in so many ways. This entire island is the prison of a mad god. How is one Animancer supposed to compete with that? I wouldn't even know where to begin. Maybe I'm being melodramatic, or maybe I'm not used to seeing things clearly. But what if Animancy has no future in the Living Lands? What if my entire career was a mistake? Beginnings are supposed to be good. So why do I feel like shit all the time? You're a good listener as always, but I've taken enough of your time. I'll be fine, really. I'm not the first Animancer to question her life choices, and I won't be the last. Not before I've done some reading.
Those dream thralls are at Thirdborn's gates.
The city is under attack. Let's not waste the moment.
Show me what you got!
You won't get through. Couldn't have done it better.
Seal mes mito.
Remain vigilant.
Gather round. Blend into the leaves.
Seal mes mito. Up 10. Raw. Eon Seek.
Come on.
Worse than raw.
Ugly bastards, aren't they?
Nice shot!
Worse than raw. Seal mes mito. dream thralls almost got But they did? You're just going to pretend like nothing happened?
Hold it right there, Adiran. What are your intentions in town? Been sick? Strange dreams lately?
Relax, Daran. The only strange dreams we've had involve your mother.
Shit. Kai? What are you doing here? Temerty's gonna have a fit. Save your threats, Adiran. Kai knows what he did. Huh. You're with the Adirans now?
I'm with the Envoy, and we're against the Dream Scourge.
And you should respect our authority to protect Thirdborn from unknown dangers like you.
Come on, Daran. They slew those dream thralls for us. I doubt he could have done that if he was sick. I, for one, thank you. We couldn't take him on our own.
Are you smoking Svef? The Adirans raised Fior. We'll be next.
We're trying to remain 2 steps ahead of them. You can help us by getting out of our way.
Daran, can you get on with it?
Fine. All right. I can't keep you out if you're not sick anyway. We just have to take precautions. Everyone in Thirdborn has lost someone. Pass on through, but report any symptoms you see to the Tiranui. They're responsible for keeping law and order around here.
That's the problem with the Dream Scourge. When you find symptoms, it's already too late.
We better get to clearing out these corpses. I need help. There's too many to haul off between the two of us.
The attack seems to be over. Everyone okay?
That was... I think I saw my uncle out there. He left a few weeks ago on a trade caravan.
Ah, no, that don't mean nothing. Could be someone else. Don't give up hope.
I saw his face through a crack in the gates. It's him! I want it to be him.
We can go check if you'd like.
Are we safe in here? Will the Dream Thralls break through?
That's not a fair question to ask.
It's okay, and... I don't know. But we'll do everything we can to keep you safe. I can promise both of you that, at least.
There he is. Come on, Chico. You can do this.
An entire settlement in flames? And they stole your research?
Yes. And I'm going to get it back.
Let it go, Yatsley. They'll kill you.
They can certainly try.
Oh, gods. And Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why he's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. No. You're just a bearer of bad tidings. An omen. A curse.
I know you're upset, Temerty, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research as she burned my home. But you know that if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill him myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir. To head sharpshooter first class of Shatterscarp to Merti Kaiwa III. Ludwin wants the ruins of Naku Kubel, or will suffer the Steel Garot's wrath. Just like Fior Messiverno. Another shit atop the pile, then. Not that I can do a damn thing about it.
You're not going to give in, are you? Those ruins are a marvel. They're irreplaceable.
I know, Yatsley. If we give them an inch, the Adirans won't stop until they have everything. But even if I wanted to hand over the ruins, they aren't in my power to surrender. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Cragholt. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consul Hot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwin wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage. I didn't know they made adherents with such bravery. You never know what marvels you live to see. You're likely gonna die a very horrible death, but I pray Galawain will at least make it fast.
Look on the bright side. If we survive this, it'll make a great story.
When an Archmage like Ringgrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain. Yes, and please, I don't need to know more. Ringrim's given me and my troops enough nightmares already. I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But if you want to find Ringrim, head east of here, go past the Pargrunen ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatsley, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerti. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatsley, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an archmage, after all.
Now I'm feeling underdressed.